Yeah, I'm live. I'm live, guys, right now, and this is very bittersweet. Is this the football gods mocking me? Is is this is this real? Okay, I keep talking about for the last couple weeks about how we do not operate like a poverty program anymore. Everybody else is a poverty program except us and like four other schools. Um, One, Travis Hunter absolutely deserves his jersey number retired. No doubt about it. Heisman winner, Rashaan Salam, rest in peace, number 19, retired. Duh. Yeah, that makes sense, right? Shedeur Sanders. Well, man, I'm a little. I can understand, some people saying, well, he didn't win the Heisman. Usually that's kind of, for a lot of programs, it's kind of like the threshold. But with what Shedeur means to the resurrection of this program, him breaking essentially all the CU passing records, it makes sense. I love that. These guys are both deserving of having their jerseys retired. Now, does that mean 12 and 2 will not be legacy numbers in which players wear them anymore? I don't know. We can figure that out. That's for another conversation. What the hell are we doing retiring their numbers at a spring game? That's what I'm kind of pissed off and upset about. These guys deserve to have their own weekend, like during the regular season, when Folsom is sold out, when uh, when they're on national television going up against like a real opponent. Again, the stadium is filled out. I just think, again, you got to get Coach Prime's blessing with this, right? Heck, maybe it was even his idea. I don't think it was. But this is like some poverty program stuff, retiring two of the best players in your program history, retiring their numbers during a spring game. That's pathetic. I don't like that. These guys deserve better than to have their numbers retired at Folsom in the middle of April. I hate that. I hate that. And it kind of it in a sense, to like right now, I'm just giving you my gut reaction because I just saw this a little while ago. It is kind of upsetting because we value them with what they have done so much. I mean, these past 2 years have been like the funnest years ever. I don't like it. This cheapens to me what they have done. To me, that feels like there are people around that are taking this whole thing for granted, that just want to make a show out of it. Um, I understand that the spring game on Easter weekend, guys, Easter weekend, man, it's coming up right now. I understand that we got like 10,000 tickets sold. To me, you do not dangle this out there to sell more tickets to the spring game. That's what initially this kind of comes off as. I don't like it. I don't like it. I talk about how we're not a poverty program anymore. It seems like we need to start. We're having some growing pains, guys. We're having some growing pains. I want to put this on. I want to put this on. Maybe I still will because they absolutely deserve it. I love it. I love that they're getting recognized for the legacy that they have built here. What I'm trying to say is that they deserve their own weekends in the regular season. And I know with them playing in the NFL, that makes things more difficult. Bye weeks probably have to align, or like if they're playing on Thursday night, it has to align when we have a home game and all of that. But you don't necessarily have to do it in year one, right? I can't think of a time before where I've seen college football players have their jersey number retired even before the NFL draft. That doesn't really bother me. I just find it interesting. Like, it's unprecedented. It's its own way. doing things their own way. But I think that this totally like um cheapens it, man. Like that I don't like that. Like there's something about it that it just doesn't sit right with me. Retiring 2-12 at a spring game? I don't like that. I do not like that at all. Again, I'm probably talking in circles a little bit, guys. This isn't the most happy version of me because these guys deserve to have a big ceremony, have Fox Big Noon, whatever, doing a bunch of segments on it, for them to be in a packed house at Folsom on game day during the regular season at some point, and for this to be truly special. They're not even going to be having their jerseys retired in front of a full stadium. Um, like. I hate that. Like I hate that for them. Um, yeah, Gualo. It feels forced. Yeah, yeah. Like, come on now, y'all. Come on. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? These guys deserve their own weekend in the regular season, man. I don't like this. I don't like this. They're going to be there. It's going to be happening. And ironically, they're going to be doing it in front of, the smallest spring game crowd since Coach Prime's been here, man. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Lady C, perhaps not hashtag perfect timing. Yeah, I think things have been going obviously amazing since Coach Prime has got here, in the macro. But, when I'm looking at things maybe over the last year, this is up there with like playing Tyler Brown at right tackle, man. It's just, what? What are we doing? What are we doing? It's just puzzling. It doesn't make sense. Like if we were going to play Tyler Brown at right tackle, you would like to not do that, is start that 2.5 weeks before the regular season starts, right? If he was going to be right tackle, you should have had him playing there all spring. Like, yeah, like, and it's kind of like, again, one of these things where, I want to come on here and, really celebrate this, but it's odd. Who retires some of the best players in their program history at a spring game with, where the stadium is maybe half full on like with how things are looking right now? I think that's like optimistic. And again, guys, you've seen the spring games the last couple years, man. It's been terrible weather, man. Why would you even want to like chance that, man? We get better weather in the regular season than we do during the spring game in Boulder. But courtesy of Twitter, Henry Chisholm put this up here. But yeah, the Colorado Buffaloes will retire uniform numbers 2 and 12 to honor Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter at the annual spring game as part of the black and gold game day Saturday at 2:30 p.m. Hunter, one of, if not the most honored player in college football history last year, being named the consensus National Player of the Year by winning the Heisman Trophy, Walter Camp Award, and both the AP and Sporting News Player of the Year honors. He was also repeated as the Paul Hornung Award, most versatile player, while winning the Bednarik Award and the Lott Impact Trophy as Defensive Player of the Year, and the Biletnikoff Award as the best receiver, regardless of position. Yeah. One of only 3 college football players to win 8 major awards. He was also a unanimous first-team All-American, earning 7 first-team honors from the 5 publications the NCAA uses to determine unanimous and consensus honors. He is the first player in the history of the Walter Camp All-America team, the nation's oldest, to earn 2 first-team honors. and is the first known player to earn 2 first team and 3 overall honors on the AP team. The other publications, 3 only allow mention at one position. Yeah, whatever. Not sure which article this is. But yeah, like, again, obviously Travis and Shedeur have to sign off on this. And, if this is how they want to do it, like, more power to them. But I do think that there's a bigger opportunity that's being missed, to fully appreciate what these 2 players mean to the University of Colorado. Um, so what? Why are we doing this in a spring game? There's no need to do this. Are we really? We just gave Coach Prime $54 million, or, we've signed him to that extension, man, right? We have made him a top 4 paid college football coach, or top 5. I forget what it is, right? In college football, this isn't good evidence to show that we're not trying to just find the money, man. you know Yeah, and Russ coming at here, man, saying, like, yeah, like I said, the spring game is fine. More power to your opinion. But also 5 days before the spring game, yeah, like, this comes across like you're just trying to sell tickets to a spring game. Yeah. Yeah. And Jay, I understand why you can be upset about this, man. Like, I understand. Maybe my opinion's not the popular one, Yeah, I'm kind of going dark side Dave on this one. But yeah, like, uh I I come on here and I got to give you my opinion. I absolutely hate the fact that they're going to be doing this during a spring game. Like, that's lame. It's really lame. That's how I feel about it. Now, 5 years from now, are we really going to be that upset about it? I might still be a little bit. Now, in 50 years, heck, I might be dead. Will I care about it at that point? No. No. And you're going to see 2 and 12 up there. But again, um, these guys determine, and they got to sign off on this stuff. But and maybe we still do something in the regular season for them at certain points. But again, the whole thing just kind of feels rushed. It feels like spur of the moment. And I absolutely hate the timing with this. I like these. They deserve better. And you can say, again, they're choosing to do this. I don't care. Sometimes we got to look out for other people's interests if they're selling themselves short. I think the university is selling Travis and Shedeur short doing it in this fashion. I don't like it. Yeah. Well, I mean, homecoming is November 1st. Maybe that's why, because they'll be in the NFL. But this idea is to attract some, celebs, maybe. Yeah. And again, why the rush? Do you have to do it the first year? Didn't Coach Prime just sign a 5-year contract extension? You don't exactly have to do it right now. Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of strange, this whole thing. I'll get to a few more of your comments, but yeah, like this kind of blows. Like, this is something that I want to get up here and really celebrate. And it's just so odd with it being announced how it is right now that it just doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense to me that this is how you would choose to retire Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter's numbers. Insane. Again, resurrected the program from the dead, and we're going to retire their numbers at a spring game. I hate that. A game where we're not even playing Syracuse. You can at least sell me on that if we're at least playing another opponent, right? But we're not, we're playing ourselves, man. It's not even going to be full contact, man. These guys were some of the toughest guys in the history of CU Buffs football. And we're going to be honoring and retiring their numbers in a game where it's not even going to be full contact. What are we doing? What are we doing, man? Like, somebody needs to be checked for CTE. Somebody. Man, this is a hit to my ego. This is what I get for making all the meth jokes about all the people in Tennessee, about having to sell more meth to keep their players. And then this happens, man. Then this happens, man. I don't say we're a college football blue blood. I say that we're a college football new blood. New bloods don't retire their legendary players numbers at a spring game. No. Man, I absolutely hate this, man. I'm sorry, guys. I'm full Dark Side Dave, man, on this one. This is so lame, man. It's so lame. We should have like a regular season, week-long ceremony for these guys, man. And yeah, I mean, Donnie C weirdos are entitled to their sensibilities and opinions, and I would say even non-weirdos too. I mean, people in general are just entitled to their sensibilities and opinions. Hey, Big 12 Mafia, what's going on? I hope you're doing well. Hey, I got to I haven't forgot. Man. I haven't forgot. All love, but I remember you saying Deion Sanders will not coach at CU past his kids being here. I'm sure you've owned that take by now. But I told everybody in the world that this fit was perfect. And it means so much to have him as the top paid coach in the Big 12. And I was saying we're no longer a poverty program, but I hate this. Two year players should not be retired. I will disagree with that. Big 12 Mafia, just because of, again, this circumstance with our program being G5 bound for like 20 years. There's a lot that goes into this thing. And again, Shedeur has pretty much all the passing records at CU aside from overall yardage throughout a career. But Travis Hunter winning the Heisman, I think that right there with Rashaan Salam, 19, yeah, it makes sense. With what they mean to us, it makes sense. It totally makes sense. But yeah, you were very wrong. It's okay. Most people were. Yeah, but I understand how maybe some college football, old school people, out there, they're laughing at us right now. But they've always been laughing at us. But I'm gonna be laughing along with them for this one. 2-12 deserve to be retired. They deserve to have that done, not at the spring game. No, man, in front of like 20,000 people. Are you kidding me? And knowing us, it's gonna be a blizzard here on Easter. And if this is just a recruiting tactic, again, I think that really cheapens, and there shouldn't be any ulterior motives or motivations for retiring two of the greatest players in our program history, retiring their numbers. There should be no ulterior motives. There should be none of that. You shouldn't be just trying to use that to milk a quick buck. I don't like it. Y'all. Could be to try and get more high schoolers to attend. Recruits get to meet Shedeur. I've owned that many times. Hey, thanks for being a good sport, and you owned us here at the Alamo Bowl. Shout out to all the BYU fans, man. You guys, most likable, I think, in the Big 12. I'm gonna need to rank the fan bases in the Big 12. I'm looking forward to that. But obviously, CU, BYU, uh, top of the cream of the crop, baby. Anyways, could be to try to get more high schoolers to attend. Recruits get to meet Shedeur and Travis because no way they expect to sell 30,000 tickets before Saturday. But here's the thing, man. I would imagine they would have been there regardless. And again, you should not be making these decisions and announcing things right now to attract more high schoolers to come. That's lame. Bucky's Ducktail. One, awesome name. Number two, why does this fan base always complain? Um, that's just part of being college football, man. We are toxic. We are absolutely toxic. We take most things personally. While I might not complain about certain things, other people in the fan base will complain about them. And this just happens to be one of those things that, I'm Bucky's Ducktail. I'm going to go full boomer on, man. I'm going to go full boomer on this one. Yeah, do this in a regular season game, baby. How about against TCU? Wouldn't that have been cool? Our next home matchup against TCU. I guess that's not this year, but again, you don't have to do it at this point. Again, I have been all about, one of the reasons I started this channel was because I just wanted to make sure that I was cherishing every single day in the Coach Prime era, right? But there's it's a roller coaster ride, baby. I always say you're going to be with me on the mountaintop and when I go Dark Side Dave. And I'm just going Dark Side Dave on this one, man. I'm going boomer. I'm going fully college football old head with this one. You don't retire players like this in a spring game. Earned it, why not? And again, if you guys are just tuning in, here's my argument. Is that these guys need to be credited with so much for the hits that they took, for embodying the toughness, playing through injury, with all the BS media stuff and all of that. They just locked in and they were incredible leaders, incredible people, and incredible performers on the field for CU and off the field. They resurrected this program. Travis Hunter won a Heisman. These players of this significance, even if they don't want it, it's our responsibility as Buff Nation or as the university, who I think ultimately is making the call on this, is to make sure that they honor that legacy the best that they can. Running this whole thing and announcing it 5 days before a spring game that's going to be done during a spring game, I hate it. It does not give them, in my opinion, the honor that it doesn't reciprocate the honor they gave this program again, right? Just does not. It doesn't reciprocate. The energy doesn't match what they gave us. That's my whole thing, is that there needs to be reverence for them. This again, it just seems rushed. The timing of it, not perfect timing, as a Lady C said. It just kind of feels lame and cheap and rushed. College football teams don't retire numbers at spring games. Like, I can't. And maybe you guys can tell me another program that has ever done that. But I can't think of one. And again, I just think it's a missed opportunity. Again, they're going to be having this happen in front of an empty crowd, a half full stadium. I hate that. And yeah, this is the thing, Unspoken. This is the only reason, or like the only thing of how I feel like it can make sense a little bit. You also don't know when both Shedeur and Travis will be available during the season, and if you're wanting to do it at the same time. Yeah. Plus, the Buffs are trying to sell more tickets for a spring game. One, I don't think jersey retirement should be something that you're milking for more spring game tickets to be sold. Like, I hate that. Again, there should be no ulterior motives with honoring some of the two most impactful players at this university in their history. There shouldn't be any ulterior motives other than making sure that they are honored to the highest level possible. This isn't it. And again, if you're wanting to do it on the same weekend for Shedeur and Travis, like in the regular season, again, they're probably going to be on different teams. And what are the odds that they have bye weeks line up and it lines up with a CU home game? I understand. But again, I also feel like this is just not something that needed to be done right now. Yeah. And I think that's my whole thing is, some things are just better left, not forced, just wait for the timing to be right. You guys can hit the dislike, man, if I'm totally off base here, but just something of it just doesn't sit right with me. Just like Tyler Brown, playing right tackle. Hey, let's go. Cal star running back Jaden Knott just hit the portal. I love that. And again, guys, we are entering the era. We're no longer a poverty program. I've been talking so much smack since the contract extension was signed. I've been upsetting people with all the shit that I've been talking. Like I said, I had all these jokes for Volunteers fans with them losing their quarterback, right? Because everybody wished that we would lose players, right? Everybody and their mother, everybody and their dead aunt, they all wished for us to lose players, right? Calling us a poverty program, man. Well, all these other schools, they're all poverty programs now. But this is a backslide, this kind of move. This is a backslide. There are going to be growing pains, becoming the most dominant college football team in the history of college football ever. There are going to be some growing pains. This one is kind of cringe. This one is kind of cringe, man. This is like Bill O'Boyle kind of cringe, man. This is Bill O'Boyle making Kareem Hunt stand up in the middle of the meeting and just say, yeah, I'm going to be blaming you for why I'm such a bad offensive line. Like, just cringe. This is cringe, man. When is Nico committing to CU? Wouldn't that be hilarious? But no, man, we don't want him. We don't want him. He's the Tennessee version of Avery Johnson, man. We don't need that. We don't need that. We got Kane Salter, who I think is just as fine, man. Just as fine. And he doesn't have a daddy that's loud on Twitter. That's very important. That's very important. So, Nico, that would be kind of interesting if he ends up with Texas Tech. I would love for him to come to the Big 12 because I'm all for the drama. I am all for the hype. I'm all for, all that. Plus, Big 12, we're in the Big 12. It's about time we start dominating. Nico coming to this conference, increases the level of play for this conference. But maybe it's going to be Texas Tech with all that oil money. I mean, that would be pretty fun. And don't we play Texas Tech this year again? Do we? Anyways, it would be a lot of fun. I want to see him come to the Big 12. I don't want him here at CU. No. There are rumors, possibly with a player or two that have entered the portal, that they have entered the portal because they were doing something similar. This is just the business of college football, right? Yeah. So, no. You know what? He can go to Notre Dame. Why doesn't Notre Dame just take him? How about that? Robert Mathis. Who else do we have a lock on coming to Boulder from the transfer portal when it opens Wednesday? We have an edge from Mizzou that is visiting. I'm not sure. I can't remember his name offhand. I think that's the only visit that I know of right now. Maybe we have another offensive lineman and maybe a safety. We have a safety visiting, or maybe that was just a target. I got to get all clued back into this stuff. I got a Bronco show here in just a few minutes. So, oh yeah, Jakari Lang, former teammate, I think, of Arden Walker, or at least he was at Mizzou. So I'll get to that later this week, guys. I got to get out of here, but shout out to a few of my friends. Shirley Fravel, Buff, Snooze Weekly, Big 12 Mafia. Let's go in here. D Nice, everybody, man. Cody X saying, David, to see you haters when Deion gets a top 5 recruiting class next year. That's right. That's right. We are no longer a poverty program. How much are apartments in Boulder? They must be starting close to, $1,600-$1,800, like the shitty ones. So yeah, you want something nice, you're going to have to pay a pretty penny, and you're likely going to have roommates. So y'all take it easy. I'll probably feel better about this, in a couple days or so. I'm sorry for going dark side Dave on you. But, we'll celebrate this. They're both deserving. And, I'll try to have a better attitude next time.